Hello, guys, and welcome back to Unreal's review of the week for Diablo 2. So, as you can see on the screen, we have a survey. Now, this survey is not from official Blizzard. This is actually from a pretty awesome gentleman that also posted it in Reddit, and it's Chrome Power. Did a great job, I must admit. Basically, has a rundown of kind of all the changes that you would love to see. As you can kind of see here, right now we have about 4,000 people have participated, which is really amazing. I must admit, I'm totally blown away. Just with the quality and the work. I'll leave a link in the description to it, and I've done it myself. This one is the survey that's already been compiled. There actually is a form that he brought up, and I'm going to see if I can bring it. Yep, I've already responded. So mine, I can't do another one, but this actually has like the pie cutouts of what people want and stuff like that. And I won't go any further because don't want to influence change. And as he says in his post, he doesn't want to influence somebody, so don't look at the pie chart or anything like that. But it really is a rundown of the stash capacity. Should there be different colors and varieties of item drops that you can see more clearly? Just little things like that, which I think honestly it holds up, at least to some scrutiny. A lot of people do want to be original, and I mean, I must admit myself very happy with them just kind of leaving it the way it is. But I could definitely see a bigger stash size, some of the pluggy mods and stuff like that. I think people kind of are taking a little bit of backseat on. They really might not have to do any of this vicarious visions, as it were. Of course, they might see it, and this might give them, pause. But they really don't have to do anything like this because I really do feel, especially with them giving the clear uh, notation that hey, we're going to allow mods to work and probably even work easier, especially for like single player and stuff like that. So I wouldn't see like PD2 going away or pluggy going away, that kind of thing. I don't. I feel like there is going to be a definite a time span that we're going to have to wait. Something like you would in Minecraft, where you're going to have they throw down an official patch. You have your there's a couple different mods, especially for like shaders and stuff like that. But all in all, I don't see it being a long time because now they've got this. They've already got the notice of what's going to happen, especially with the resurrected landing and having that capability. Is it going to take time? Absolutely. But if none of this gets done, mods are going to be there. I don't see mods being something that's going to be never going to happen. I do feel like it is going to be something that's uh, probably within a couple of months of at least landing. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but honestly, playing right now, Diablo 2, just the regular, no mods, anything like that, I think the only thing for me has just been the stash size, is just needing the capacity to actually move stuff around. If I was on multiplayer, it definitely would be different because I could just mule to a different character. But single player right now is a little bit tough, only because you have limited space. But that's the only thing that they've already addressed that I don't see as a problem. But with mods and stuff like that, this is a great foot in the door. Basically saying, hey, this is kind of where we're at, especially as what we're looking for. But not only this, I believe this might have been spawned, and I could be wrong, by another post, and it was also on Reddit, and it looks like they got it on their phone, got a little email. You mentioned that you played original Diablo 2. Which elements of Diablo 2 would you like to see in Resurrected? And people saying that they received this email. I have not. I don't know if this is 100% valid, but Reddit hasn't taken it down. So normally they do, especially the mod community that's in those specific setups. They kind of say, hey, we don't know if this image is legit, stuff like that. But this looks legit, and it's been around for at least I think a week now. And I'm gonna double check who posted this one. Big Boots 02. So awesome. I'm glad, they kind of posted this and said, hey, did anybody else get this one? I'll also leave this link in the description. And that might have been why that questionnaire kind of popped up, especially with, uh, you know, what we want to see changed. And for me, I'm okay with it being 100% original, the mods working. Can this pretty much take in place? Yeah, because this is going to give us the capability of, bigger stash, the capability of seeing runes and stuff that we want a little bit more clearly, giving a little bit more information, stackable rune words and stuff like that. But I don't think that's, or not rune words, but runes themselves. I don't think that's a big deal, especially if you're going with, um, an expanded stash and stuff like that. But that's also a capability. The possibility of actually shift clicking and getting all your items from inventory and stash quicker. Just little things like that. Just little quality of life things that people feel are quality of life now, instead of the reward system that really isn't there. And it was beautifully set up, especially with talking with other gamers and stuff like that. And I forget the name, but basically, there's no reward from gaining, doing something over and over again. It's probably like the old EverQuest adage, of being able to, get your crafting up, but it took, you had to do one at a time into a barrel. Took forever. You couldn't do an auto click. You couldn't do like an auto populate of like the 7 different mats that you need to make crafting material, and you had to do it, 400 or 500 times. That's a lot of clicking, and you had to do it multiple times, and especially like something like that. That's totally translate to Diablo 2, especially the original, where there are some things that putting items into stash and stacking your items and dealing with like your charms, and am I going to have the capability to have like a charm stash in my inventory and then just a regular inventory, and they don't work vice versa, where you can't have your charms used in your regular inventory and then you have them in your charm quote unquote inventory, which is great. I think, looks like the wife's home, which is great. But at the same time, it's one of those things where, as you the dogs love the wife. So it's one of those things where I see it as a benefit, especially for like multiple different mods that allow those kind of things. But at the end of the day, uh, it kind of takes away from the original. If you want those, I think that's awesome. And honestly, if I think like in my final thought is if they really wanted to do something like this, where they add, let's say they add everything that's in this questionnaire. If they did something like that, could somebody that wants to be just original, they turn it off, just like they have with the gold auto pickup. I think that's a great option, and at the end of the day, I think that could be very beneficial, and it also kind of give the best of both worlds. Some people would say, well, that's it's not advantageous to turn everything off, but some people really like that. You can definitely tell with like the original mods and stuff like that for other games. So at the end of the day, I think it's really awesome. I think this survey and the next survey, maybe they spawned each other. Well, at least this one might have spawned from Blizzard's. But yeah, I think that's it for Diablo 2. There hasn't been a lot of other things besides just the model comparison and changing the model and making it look better and stuff like that. I think that's kind of goofy, but we'll see as it goes, because if they are going to listen to the community, we'll definitely see a different change. So anyways, this has been Unreal. I hope you had fun, and hopefully you check these out and maybe add to the voting of these little changes that maybe people would want. Anyways, later guys.